All right, today I have another influential publication, this time a magazine, New Voyager, which came out, this is number one, autumn 1982. Yeah, it just appeared one day in my local newsagents, and what's this? Flicked through it, and what I found is it's a magazine, quite a thick magazine, with a mix of science fact and science fiction. In issue one, you can see we've got Patrick Moore talking about Venus, a thing about UFOs. A look inside, inside look at the SF thriller Blade Runner, Space Shuttle update and latest pictures, Blake's 7 episode guide, complete first season, and science fiction gaming. And they tended to have a centre page poster, right? So yeah, as I say, it's a mix of science fiction and fantasy. There's the pull out from the first one. There's the shuttle. All right. So yeah, no, I got. I love episode guides when they are very very basic, like the Blake 7 one here, right? But I remember it's a fabulous magazine with modelling, science fiction modelling features like this one, how to convert the the Imperial Walker kit. All right, I found this all very interesting. Look how you can get some kitchen foil and get some pea bulbs, and you can light up the window. So that's issue one. I've got them all. I just thought I'd show a couple before we get into the meat of today and the reason why it's so influential. Again, yeah, the latest films that are out. Look back at TV shows, artists, writers, and an awful lot. Look at that. The latest computer gaming. All right. And yeah, nice article there on Slave One. All these, or most of these, are written by the BBC's Matt Irving. He would do unboxings, what we would call now unboxings, and he would take us through painting the craft. Always a bit gutted that the most of the inside photos were black and white, so he's telling you how to paint something, but it's in black and white. But no, the most influential one is this one, right, which is number three, spring 1983. And this is in a poor state because I used to read and read and read and read and reread this thing, the article about this amazing vehicle. So I'm going to flick through the issue until we reach there, all right? You got this guy with his big dragon. It's interesting to actually see adverts for Plastruct, which is a form of EMA, and there's EMA right next door. A Space Modeller's Accessory Pack. For £2, you got all sorts of EMA domes and things for like £2. Must point out as well, the magazine is in UK money £1.25, but here issue three, in Ireland it went up to £1.85 and a half, back when we had half pennies. So I'm going to go as far as that article and no further, because after that we've just got more of the same. But I want to focus on this one article and acknowledge. Yeah, look, director of Tron getting an interview. A lot of articles on real world space, science fiction novels. Jones models. Anyone remember Jones models? Look at those for prices. Look at this. The Millennium Falcon, 1795. The new Enterprise from the Star Trek motion picture, 995. The Vulcan shuttle, 515. The Klingon ship, 595. The 2001 Orion, £3.19. Hawk spaceship, £3.19. Eagle transporter, £4.5. The Star Cruiser Interceptor, oh, I'd love to have that back. No, Star Cruiser 1, that is, £4.95. Blooming heck. So that dates it all, doesn't it? So, mind you, it's what, 42 years, no, 41 years since I bought this magazine. Good grief. Thing about ET, which was just about to come out. There's the centre poster. Here we go. So, Fred Pennicott offers some suggestions to budding modelers. He's talking about that model that he made, right? And it's not much. This is like a 2-page article, but he goes into depth about how he uses plastic trays, plastic boxes, flower pots. Um, you don't have to use plastic case if you don't want to. I've even used an old tape cassette recorder and made it into a space shuttle, right? And he goes into, you know, also using EMA and Plastruct, etc., etc. But this 2-page thing is um, what my focus was on, was how he made that, and how he made that. He goes into it here and he illustrates it here. You need an Airfix Saturn V kit. You get that bit there and you widen it with plastic card. This is a revelation to me. I hadn't realized that you could get a circular shape and then widen it and turn it into a different shape. It wasn't until much later that I realized that's exactly what Martin Bauer did for the Hawk spaceship in Space 1999. So as you can see, there's your basic shape. He tells you how he went about making the bogies for all the wheels, okay? And then, and I remember trying this, I didn't have much luck with it, but this part of the Saturn V, cut it at a 45-degree angle there, put plastic card in, and then put a dome on there. And that's exactly what he's done there. You can see from that ribbon that this is part of the Saturn V. And he has done that, and he's put a cockpit in, and he's put a ball over the top. And this photo, I just used to study and study and study. And he's done a brilliant job there, putting in extra paneling, and he's done an amazing job. And I so wanted to emulate this. You can also see at the top there that storage tank. That's actually from the very top of the Saturn V. All right. So brilliant article, Fred. I owe you a lot. And then the other page are some of his scratch builds that he did. All right. As you can see, that's a converted Colonial Viper. All right. And then you've got this walking thing on the top. He says this one is a one-man spacewalker. Oh no, scrap that, scrap that. I'm assigning it all to Fred, and I shouldn't. According to this, a one-man spacewalker designed and built by Martin Abrams. Next, another Abrams masterpiece. This is a research vessel with operators collecting soil and mineral samples, launched from the BP into space shuttle, which is this. And that was built by Fred. Fantastic work, Fred. And finally, a monogram Viper forms the basis for this diorama by Martin Abrams. I'd forgotten that it's not all Fred, but this one, this amazing one here, I was up close and personal with that about 10 years ago. I was at our local, down in Folkestone on the southeast coast of England. Every couple of years there was a model show called Euromilitaire, where you used to have traders coming from all over Europe, and they used to go to this big modelling convention. Met Peter Jackson there once, yeah, used to come up from all over that they would sell, they would display. There was a model show, and in the last couple of times that they did it, COVID finished it off. There was a science fiction section, and one time I was there, and this model, and this is only like 10 years ago, but this is like 30 years ago, it was there. So yeah, Martin Abrams, I guess you were there at the convention. It would be nice if there had been someone sat there and I could talk and say, hey, do you know how much influence you had on me when I was a young lad? So yeah, as I say, very influential magazine this. Actually, I'm surprised it's still all in one piece.